when you gotta clep the goods, but the chooms go Nova. Oh. When I can't think of it anymore. Damn it! I thought I could do 2, but I couldn't. There was one on TikTok that I saw. It's this guy like falling to his knees, and it's I couldn't wait for you to come, and he's just like falling to his knees. It's just a huge text. It's just all cyberpunk slang. I can't get them out of my head.
Lacey asked about that same thing. She said to me, she's like, "What's this guy even trying to say?" I was like, "Oh, I'll explain it to you."
It's so funny how much of a 180 it was playing that game when it first came out at the end of 2020. And everybody's clicking on this episode going, I thought the Cyberpunk episode was last time. And it's like, no, you tricked you. It's again. Starting that game and starting the corpo route and being like, I don't know what anybody's saying. Because I knew zero about Cyberpunk. Like, I knew that it was the future. And there was tech. That's about as much as I knew. And then, like, I remember I got the controller, the Xbox controller that they made.
Yeah. And
it says Arasaka on the side of it. I didn't know what that meant, but Jack did. And I was like, there was a part of me I was like, how do you know what that is? And I kind of forgot that it was a setting already. It was already a game. And I was like, it was an RPG system. I was like, oh yeah. But then I've been playing the beginning again, and I'm like, I understand everything. Yeah. I know so much. I all of this makes sense now. So yeah, we both kind of finished it, but I finished Dead Runners finally because Colton wanted to watch it with us.
Oh yeah, look at that!
Finally finished it. It was so good. It was amazing.
I looked up what happens because I could not finish it.
Oh, you did before? Well, hang on. Explain that.
Yeah.
Colton and Jacob were watching it.
We watched
yesterday.
I had watched up to episode 5. We watched the other 5 episodes after that, and it was
watched
amazing.
Up to episode 8, and then I had to put Marceline down for a nap and missed the last 2 episodes.
I see.
Yeah. So I just Googled what happens.
That's probably good enough.
Yeah.
It was that fucking face of him at the end of like episode 6. And he's in the car and he's like staring at these withered Wojak David. Yeah. That's
he looks
sand devastated.
Yeah.
Devastated. He looks goofy when he's all big.
Yeah.
Like
spoilers.
Head,
I guess spoilers for people that haven't seen Edge Runners,
still.
but
yeah. There are parts where he looks good. Whenever he's wearing his jacket and whenever he's fighting, he looks fine. Yeah. But when he's sitting naked in the apartment with Lucy, I'm like, why is he so big? Why is he that big?
Yeah,
he's too big.
When he has clothes on, he looks fine.
Yeah. But for some reason, he reminds me of that comic book artist that drew Captain America, and he's like this, and he's it's just not. It's obviously anatomically correct, but for some reason it makes me go, that's too big. Yeah. You can't be that big, which makes sense for Cyberpunk. I totally get it. Like it made sense, but I was just like, nah, put him back, make him small. But I guess it does play into a part of the tragediness of the tragedy of the entirety of the show itself.
I would love to hear your point of view, who read it about it versus watched it.
So I don't know. I don't know entirely how it ends.
Yeah.
I just looked up what happens to specific characters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler still for Edge Runners. Go watch it. It's great. But I messaged Jack as well after I messaged you that I finished it, and I was just like, damn, that ending. And he was like, yeah, it's pretty rough. And I was just like, look, everybody else. I saw David on the way out. I knew he was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I know this is gonna happen.
That's his thing.
It's the last 3 episodes. You're like, oh, bro's dead.
Yeah.
But man, Rebecca, that sucks. Yeah. And he put back, she got smooshed, and I was like, bro, he put she got smooshed, and I was like, oh, and he put Adam Smooshered. And then I sent him David in the car, like all sad.
We've all devastated. We've all had a year to
cope.
Yeah, to cope.
I don't think a lot of people have coped, because I get it on TikTok now. And people are like, I still never recovered from this.
It's hard to watch her go.
Yeah.
It's so sudden.
It sucks.
It sucks.
But I also kind of loved it. Like, I'm also kind of like, yeah.
Sometimes it's just a hobo.
Dude, Smasher.
Sometimes a hobo gets you. Your brother, and then you get Anna Smashered.
Yeah. No, there's
Smasher
that bit too
awesome.
where she's walking with what's his name? David. And she's like, I don't want to see you go like he did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
I didn't know Matthew Mercer was in it, so hearing Falco, I was like, that was great. That was great. And then fucking Bryce Papenbrook is in there too, because we watched the dub, and so he's like an Arasaka agent in a car, and I was like, Aaron. And Colton's like, what? I was like, that's Aaron fucking Yeager. And we went back, and I was like, I'll kill them all. Every last Militech agent. And then they drove away, and then I don't know who was talking to them. It was...
it's the guy with the 3 eyes.
Oh, is Faraday. Yes,
Yeah.
Faraday was like, ill-tempered brat. And I was like, yeah, it was Aaron Yeager in that car. He's like, do it, or I will. And I was like, I'll start the rumbling, Faraday. Was so fucking stupid. Colton was getting upset, but I couldn't stop. I could not stop. Colton was sitting there just like ignoring me, and I kept saying Aaron in cyberpunk quotes.
Yeah.
Once it starts, it can't stop.
Yeah.
I really liked the episode with the one where David gets kidnapped, and they're with he gets kidnapped, and then he watches the brain dance. That episode was so good. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. That was such a good episode. I really liked that one. That was the episode that I watched that I was like, oh, I really want to play the TTRPG now. Mm-hmm. This was really cool. So
it's crazy. The whole thing's so fucking cool.
It really
talk about it.
Recontextualizes cyberpunk
It's
in
wild.
a weird way.
It's wild because it's...
Is it weird to have like nothing
5
for so
years
long?
would have
and
had...
then,
I mean, yeah, like worse than nothing, like a corpse.
Yeah.
Like dead and buried, like your dad on a mantelpiece in his ashes in a hurry. You know what I mean? Like they were so long forgotten, and then it resurges.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's now we have an anime and a game with a DLC. I mean, it's just fucking crazy.
Did you talk to Lacey about getting those chairs?
Okay, so
I get ads for those chairs.
So she gave me the green light.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I thought they were chairs. They're actually just like skins you put over your chair.
Oh.
So they're not solar chairs. Damn. So I was like, I don't want it then.
Damn.
I want unique chairs.
Why not though? You could switch them out.
I could, but I don't know if I'm particularly a fan of either of them that much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I love them both, but I like my fucking yellow cyberpunk.
Who's your favorite character
in that show?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick like a
honestly,
one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like all the core casts are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm just such a fucking Adam Smasher fan.
Yeah, well, same.
He shows up in the last epispisode.
Bro showed up, and
he's just such a fucking...
He said meat, too. He said meat.
Yeah,
all right. When he said meat, I was like, hey, you look like a cut of fuckable meat. Are you? That still hits me every time I do that.
Craziest fucking line delivered in any game.
It's so good, too, because of the way that it happens. Because in the game, I never expect it for some reason. Because normally in the game, I'm like, this is when this person says this thing. And then this is when this person says this thing. Because I've played the story like twice. But that one always catches me off guard. Because it's like, okay, V, go into the brain dance. Mm-hmm. Okay, we just did one. Who knows what the next one's going to be? And it's just, all right, I'm in an elevator. You look like a cut of fuckable meat. Are you? And you're like, what is happening? It's just so like sudden, and it's great. It's just so good.
He's such a good... I don't even call him a villain. He's just such a great cyberpunk character.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I got ray tracing on the Xbox, and it's fucking beautiful.
I'm so glad that I finally figured out mine. I think maybe a patch or two came out and it worked out, but the game's beautiful.
The game,
phenomenal.
I was playing it on PC, so I misspoke. I did not buy the game 4 times. If you buy the game on GOG, you can also have it on Steam.
Oh, cool.
So, because Steam just opens GOG and then gives it to you there.
Same thing.
Yeah. But also, it's on, I think it's on Game Pass on Xbox.
Oh, that's cool.
But the DLC isn't, so you have to buy the DLC.
That's still cool.
So all I had to do was buy the DLC.
Still saves you the whole thing.
But yeah. So, which was really cool. So, I have only bought it twice, which was I bought it on GOG and then I bought it on PlayStation. But I bought the physical version.
It's not bad.
Because that was when it wasn't on the store anymore.
Yeah.
God
they took it
damn.
off.
But I will say,
though.
I played it on PC, and for some reason, that's when I first played. I first played on PC, and I played on controller. And for some reason, I was like, why does it kind of look like ass? It kind of just looks like ass, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm used to Baldur's Gate. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then I played it on the Xbox, and I was like, I don't know why it looks better here. I had it up to ultra. It runs fine. But for some reason, and I get like 50, 60 frames, it runs great on my PC. Even on like maxed out like everything with ray tracing on. But for some reason, the grain, I think, melds a little better on like, they do this pattern with like the shading that is like a grain effect, and I don't notice it as much when I'm on the TV because it's further away, I think. Also, TV is HDR and I'm cool with it being capped at 30. I don't know, I'm just okay with it. It looks really cool, it looks really good. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know, my experience is so fucked up to begin with. It's just hard for me to even like judge as normal because my monitor is so large.
You have an ultra wide
I have
monitor.
a giant like Samsung G9 one that's like it's just too fucking big. So like the game will load and then it'll load a normal size and it'll give me the extra bars on the left and right, and the game was like and I'm like, no, I know it's my fault. I know I could just play in a windowed, but I'm not gonna. So I know half the problem is my own fucking making. Anytime I go into Dogtown, the game's like
did you play Baldur's Gate like that?
Yeah.
Did it actually accommodate?
It'll
What? That's so cool.
I see too much of a lot of things sometimes.
You just see someone fucking off in the corner.
I don't know what game it was, but I was also I was playing some other game. I can't remember what it was, and the game supported the widescreen, but the rendering distance didn't. So I'd just see like nothingness, like the void. Anytime I was like looking to my left and right, I was like,
so funny. Does the UI go to the sides?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So if you want to look at the map, you gotta go like this. You gotta turn your whole head.
Sometimes, yeah. I have to like. I look around. I think for me, it's more about I have to sit back further from my.
Oh, I see.
Because if I'm in it, I gotta be like.
There were a couple times I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I was the Warcraft dude sitting in that chair from South Park. I was doing this, and I was like, I should probably stop.
Yeah.
I never game like this. I never do it. But yeah.
I've been playing way too much Cyberpunk, sitting on my leg, and now my knee hurts.
Oh shit.
I sit on my leg. My knee hurts so fucking bad for like the last 2 weeks. Damn. You know why? 47 hours. Cyberpunk. That's why. I've been sitting the entire time.
You finished the DLC?
Yeah, but I'm probably about halfway through the main campaign still. 47 hours.
Is the DLC good? Did you like it? Or
no, the DLC is phenomenal. Okay. There's so much good things to say about it. But I think for me, it's still unfortunate because it's like, it's just such a Cyberpunk story. So there's no good ending really.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
There's some good endings, but they're like Cyberpunk endings. It's not like V and your love interest are gonna like live together in peaceful harmony in Night City. Which is unfortunate because I wish that's what it would be, but it is not. But no, it's phenomenal. There's a mechanic in the game I won't talk about quite yet that I've run into a pretty rough glitch with. Oh no! It's a very cool mechanic, and they do it in a story mission. The story missions are fucking crazy for one. They're unlike anything I've ever played. And then moving to like some of the side gig stuff, the mechanic returns. But whenever you do the mechanic, your game like kind of soft resets a second. Not not actually on your computer or anything. But like all the stuff comes up and a new UI pops up.
Oh, okay.
And then for some reason, I have to save it and load the save again while in that new space, or when I remove that space, because my game locks me from being able to augment my stuff within my other character.
Oh, weird.
So it's a very cool thing, but I think there's just like a patch that'll probably get to it.
That's cool.
At some point. I can only imagine people haven't really done a whole lot with it because the game's kind of long. So
that's really exciting.
But the whole fucking thing is worth it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get to it.
It's phenomenal.
I'm already loving all the new changes to the game. It is so crazy how different it is.
All the voice acting is amazing. Every piece of dialogue's phenomenal.
Idris Elba sings songs. He's a fucking DJ.
He's so cool.
He's really cool. I haven't got to the DLC yet. I'm still barely.
I just barely beat the intro in that whole zone's cool.
That's cool.
The little Netrunner people the twins you meet are fucking cool. Songbird's cool. I mean, it's just the little
jumping up and being
cool.
able to slam into the ground, being able to hack cars, being able to there's just oh my god, there's so much.
Quick hacking's great. My stats are 20 int, 20 cool, and I might break 20 tech, and then I have like a 9 reflex and a 4 body. I'm so weak.
I'm doing cool and reflex, but then I regret not being able to have int because I love quick hacking. I forgot how much I love it.
It's fucking crazy.
It's so fun.
I'm maxed in all of some stuff I can do, and I still have more things I could like skill check and climb.
I love that you can
so complicated.
You can stack them now. So you can do one and then a second one, and then you can have two. Oh god!
If you get the proper cyber deck, you can like hack spread. So you can hack one person and it'll spread to hack the other people next to them. And then you can do multiple queues. And if you do the DLC, the first thing they give you is the relic chip like unlocked. And you get like a certain skill tree going in.
I saw that when I went into the level up menu. I was like, the relic thing is in here now.
Yeah. One, you can go into like an overdrive mode or an overclock mode. And you can do your RAM and then also your health.
Oh, that's so cool.
The game's crazy now. There's certain like cyber psychos I don't even enter combat with. I go into overclock and I just hit him with like 9 different things at queues, and he goes. It's super cool and a ton of fun.
I love that so much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Anyways, Spencer, what's it like to? You're gonna do it. You're gonna get into it.
I did start it.
You did start it, but I've been taking too much time.
I've seen the most important.
Mom said it was my turn on the
selection picked up. I saw Big PP. That was
important. Oh yeah, I went back though, and I made a different.
Small?
Character. No.
Oh. Small PP.
I
Spencer
went back
just
into my
sent into
mirror,
our
made
group
it small.
chat. It just says genitalia big penis. So that's all it said. And
No, it just says big.
Yeah, penis big. That's
Penis
what it says.
big.
Yeah.
No. Do you know what the second character you've made? Do you know what like life path you've chosen for them?
Like at the start?
Yeah.
Corpo.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Corpo.
There's a ton of cool Corpo stuff I think you can do in this new DLC. I'm all Nomad, but there's a ton of it.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to say she's doing female V, Corpo.
Yeah.
She has like blondish white hair. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any more I can add to that other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
very cute.
She's playing somebody.
Yeah.
She's playing it. Yeah.
I figured.
Right.
There's cars with guns in them now.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
It's so cool.
There's a new car.
The police are scary now, by the way.
Bad.
You can't.
If anything, it's too real police.
Some
motherfucker walks out when it's not their turn. They're on the right of way. I accidentally wing them, and a cop shows up, and I'm like, dude, he jumped in front of my car. It was me.
All I did was rear end somebody, and I'm like, God damn it, and I have to escape. But then I cause more chaos on the escape.
Can you pull over and get like a traffic?
No,
they just kill you.
It's Cyberpunk. They go straight for the shotgun.
I didn't even kill him. I didn't even kill anybody.
No, I just winged him. A civilian comes by, hits my car, takes like 12 damage. I'm like, great.
I'm
wanted. And if you elevate this, max tack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The little mech shows up, and I'm like, great.
Yeah. You winged somebody. You hit somebody's toe. 10 minutes later, you're a cyber psycho.
I had. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You like bombed someone's car, and then you're like, shit, the cops are after me. So you kept going, and then like you were speeding up, hit a pedestrian in a walkway, and then you were like, fuck, and you like turn a corner, hit another car because you were going down like a one way, and then you like tried to back up, got stuck, and then cops were just like pulling out in front of you, and you're just like,
it's crazy because they have patrols now, so they don't just spawn out of nowhere,
yeah.
and they just do. Oh my god, yeah, they know, and they're smart and they're strong now too. Yeah. It is like you have to run and hide. Fucking now that I have the perk, it's now like, oops, I wasn't obeying traffic laws, and it's just like turn, find an alleyway, jam your car into it, jump out mid thing and fucking run. Like that's what you have to do. And it's cool because I think about the game so much differently now. I was so used to just being able to be like flying and bouncing my way through Night City, and now it's like, oh, I have to be careful. This is cool. I love it.
They have like events that happen. I was driving and this scav car was being chased by a Arasaka like hit squad.
Oh,
so they were just shooting each other.
That's cool.
Like on the freeway, like the beginning of Edge Runners. Cops didn't give a shit. They parked at a patrol. The cops were just standing there watching them duke it out. So I go into quick hack, self-destruct one of their cars, and then the cops were like, no. And I was like, come on, they were shooting each other already. Yeah. How'd you know it was me?
I did that. So it used to be that when like there were gang fights, like right outside of Victor's, there's police and Tiger Claws that are fighting.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, so whatever. Regina's talking to me on the phone. I'm just cap these guys. And then the police were like, die. And I was like, I thought you were allowed to do this because I only did it in my like 200-hour playthrough where I was trying to get everything, and I would just walk up to any interaction ever and be like, everyone's dead, and then leave. But now you can't fucking do that, which is cool. But I was like, Idris Elba said the game is fixed.
Yeah. You can only do the NCYPD or whatever stuff, like select missions. You go be a freelance guy, they're like, no.
That's cool.
You don't have the right credentials to kill this guy.
That's cool.
You're like, all right. Also, I don't know if this happened in the original game. Maybe I just didn't realize it. You get a ton of money in this new version. Maybe they just upped it. But now every person you kill has like a certain bounty to some degree.
Yeah.
And they'll cash it out at the end of a combat.
Thank God.
I didn't know there was a thing. I knew
it was a thing because I would always
crazy.
be like, how do you get rewards for killing people? And I remember looking it up and they were like, oh, it only works sometimes. And it's like, what? Okay.
Oh, they must have fixed it because I have a ton of money, which is cool.
I just got Johnny and I sold some guns and I can already pay Victor back. I was like, oh, I have 21,000 fucking eddies. This is great.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right. Cool. Do you want to jump into questions? Do you want to be freed from the cyberpunk speech?
No. I don't mind it.
Oh, well, all right. Just make sure. I just got a notification on the Arcane Arcade that I was just going to read as a question because it is a question. It's from Sentinel, and it says, are you going to update the Gen 3s to be immune to RADs? Episode 36 and 38 for reference. Yeah, I am going to do that at some point.
Oh.
I'm going to finish Fallout 2.0 probably within this week. Anyways, that was just that wasn't even on Twitter. That was just on the Discord there. So, do you like that? Like that picture?
What is that?
It's just a guy and he's throwing his hands up. He's
Wow.
like, and I put, it's question time.
He's fucking reverent.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Nat
him.
was here, asks, have any interesting Halloween traditions? We like making the person who gets the least amount of candy dance like a jester while we throw the candy we don't like at them. Good times.
Oh.
No, I have none of those.
We do
but
that. Yeah.
But that's rad as fuck.
We should do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make everybody come over on Halloween and be like, who got the least amount of candy?
I don't think anyone's going trick-or-treating except for Marceline.
Yep. And we have Lewis.
We do have Lewis.
So,
And our doorbell makes little sounds now.
We do a party though. We have
Yeah, we
everybody
do a
come over
party.
and hang out.
So, yeah, that's we have because my dad's birthday's on Halloween, so
Yeah.
we do stuff. It's just not. I'm gonna call it a tradition if you have a
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess when we were kids, we'd carve pumpkins and stuff, and then make pumpkin seeds.
I don't really like carving pumpkins.
I do. It's fun.
I know.
I like that people are painting them. That's better for me.
Yeah.
I just don't like to de-intestinize a pumpkin. I feel
It's a little.
I feel
goopy.
goddamn just
Yeah,
laying them down.
Marcy painted a pumpkin. She had a good time.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just never look good
Yeah.
to me. Or at least when I would do them, I'd try to execute something and be like, they rot.
That's the thing. I never bought one that wasn't too far out.
Yeah.
So it was just gross by the time it got to Halloween.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, that is scary.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
stinks.
Yeah, ew.
It's attracting
Yeah.
bugs.
Pumpkin seeds are good though.
They
If you
are.
bake
I
them
love
in the
pumpkin
oven,
seeds.
They're good. Yeah. Harrier Rising, Albert asks, Craig, can you tell us more crazy stories about DMing at cons? Your one and only Buffalo, Albert. P.S. You can DM me about your Cyberpunk game. I won't tell a soul and share some music too, lol.
My man. I think I told most of them where I had like Kylo Ren and Phasma in that
I have
one
to
game.
be entirely
and, like,
honest right
Sun
now.
Wukong.
I didn't even know you did this. I never knew you
I will say
DM'd
I've
cons.
only done it once, so it's not like I did it a lot. I did do it over like a 3-day weekend
Right.
on Labor Day for like the release of like Yawning Portal or something. I mean, it was
That's
like
crazy.
it was a fucking fat convention. They did something called Epics where they have, I want to say they had 20 tables of players that were all in the same thing, and then there was a master DM that would DM all tables at once to some degree.
Whoa.
So they were like, and they separate them by tiers. So if you ever hear someone say like tier 4 or tier 2, that's the levels at which 1 through 5, 5
Oh,
to 10,
cool,
whatever
cool.
else. So they'd split the 40 tables or 20 tables or whatever into tiers.
Wow.
So for this epic, it was, they were storming some kind of like Mount Doom type shit, and it was like people were soldiers going into certain areas to defend civilians, certain people going into dungeons to get more, to like remove loot from people, and then there were tier 4 people going and fighting the actual boss. And it was just this massive fucking cohort of shit that was happening. And then whenever someone would do something, we had like a list as DMs, we'd show up. So it would be like a meeting. All the DMs would show up. The head DM would talk to all the other DMs, give out instructions and rules. And whenever like a party perked something, we'd have to go pause. I need to go talk to the head DM. what should we do next? And then they give me a new scenario that because this team unlocked said thing, this table is now different from the other tables, and then that would be marked in some way.
Oh wow, that's
and
really
then you would
cool.
have like that's, and then at the end there'd be like prizes for like the TM who was the final blow of the final bad guy, or the most effective tier 1 players or whatever, and
that's
just
really cool.
A ton of fucking people.
That's nuts.
But when I was saying I was DMing 2 tables at once, is because I was DMing one table for my table, and then my friend was right behind me who brought me, and he got sick halfway through. So I was also DMing his table, but we were running the same exact counters. So I was just doing both at the same time. It's crazy. It's a ton of fun. Second day I had Phasma, and the third table I can't even remember, it was a fever dream. But I woke up, my voice was sore. I wasn't nervous about anything again.
Wow.
I didn't do voices or anything the first game. I was kind of rigid. Second game I had Phasma and Kylo, and I was like, whatever. The third game I was Scottish the entire time. I just didn't give a shit. All the fucking like worries and jitters I had, I didn't give a fuck. It was like 30th hour and I don't care.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the table I had actually won the thing, so we all got free Velo guides and Yawning Portal.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
It was very cool.
Holy shit, that's so awesome.
There's a guy who helped with Tomb come over and was like, hey, here's Yawning Portal for free for DMing for the thing. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's so cool.
Thanks.
That's very cool.
And then I looked in my bag and I had like 2 Yawning Portals. I was like, you want one? Who needs an extra one? Who needs an extra Yawning Portal? It's crazy. A ton of fun. If you ever have the time and it's safe within your area and you're vaccinated.
Yeah.
If you're a little jittery about it, go DM some fucking strangers because they are chaotic.
That is so great.
Ton of fun though.
We played one time at Gen Con, and that was fun. We did I don't remember it I think that was the first time I played as Zeraphis.
Really?
Yep, I made a Zeraphis.
I remember that we were shrunk down.
We shrunk and we like fought like we were like had like mice friends.
Yeah.
Aww.
I think we were rescuing a mouse.
Yeah. And we had to fight like a cat. Yeah,
That's
it was
cute.
fun. Yeah, it was cute.
That was a really cool. It was also kind of pseudo LARPing to some degree.
Yeah.
Because the second day was kind of a short day because they had some kind of, I can't remember the term for it, but they had like a traveling merchant that would come to different cons.
Oh, that's cool.
And as you play in AL, you get points and level. So not only do you get experience that you can level, you can get experience that converts to gold. And then you can take that gold and go to this traveling merchant within cons, and you can buy magic items.
Oh my god!
So people would be coming in with their character sheets, and it was like official. Like your DM would have to sign off.
It, yeah.
You have this massive sheet of Craig DM'd this Thursday, gave me this whatever, and it would check it on your Wizard of the Coast thing because you were an official DM. It was a whole fucking thing. They'd come in with all their money, and people would walk out with like frost. What's it not called? Like flame tongues and frosts. What are they called?
It's a flame tongue and a frost.
Thank God I'm not the only person that forgot. But yeah, they come out with like those things. Some guy had some kid was like super excited to get a bag of holding.
That's so cool.
And they have like official cards. So you'd go and you trade in your points, and then the vendor would mark it off and then give you your own thing.
Oh my god, that's cool.
It was crazy. It was fucking nuts.
That is so cool.
Oh, also, I don't know if they do it anymore because AL's a thing of the past probably to some degree.
Frost brand.
Thank you.
Frost what?
Frost brand.
Brand.
Yeah. But as a DM, any table you DM, you get the collective experience for that table.
Oh,
and
wow.
any item you drop in that game, you also can pick, even if you don't drop it at the table. So if you want to play your character, you don't get nothing. You get all the experience you gave out, and any of the stuff that's on the loot pool from that like module you could have dropped, you can get too.
That's really
So the DMs
neat.
should go in there and they'd get all kinds of crazy shit, and they could piecemeal like a character guide they want to play for.
That's nuts.
It was crazy. Probably a shit ton of work. Most of it for free, I assume. With like volunteers.
Yeah.
It was a fucking blast.
But that's really interesting to run it like that. That's crazy. I didn't know much about.
It was very cute to see all these little nerds run around. Some guy's like, Holy Avenger, and everyone's like, you're like, all right, I got the index card.
Everybody's like super happy. Index card.
Tom gave him an index card that said Holy Avenger, and everyone's clapping. That guy's crying. I don't know what's going on.
You walk away from, what are you buying? With a fucking.
See, some of the people would get like dressed up.
That's fun.
It was like a huge vendor hall too. So it'd be lines. It was that fucking shop in Baldur's Gate, that one with the wizard in it. It felt like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it was nuts.
awesome.
It was the stupidest, shittiest little thing, but my brain unlocked and it was so much fun.
I love that. I love that so much. Summer in a Lock Tomb asks, do you have any costume plans for Halloween, and how about for Marcy? We did, and we changed them like 100 times. But what is it? Say it.
Marceline's going to be Princess Peach.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm going to be Zero Suit Samus.
Yep.
And you're going to be Link.
Done.
winner. chicken dinner.
So we were gonna be Link, Zelda, and a Korok, but it was just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough time.
Never do.
I just read what you said. That's cute.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Shiny LeBulge asks, "Hi everyone. Question for Craig. Can you regale us with another Game Shop horror story? I crave then stories. Buzzy. Just kidding. Love you guys.
Oh,
Are you?
it's very me today.
You're regaling us.
First
today.
of all, are you gonna be anything for Halloween?
Probably not. I'm be happy.
Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna spread love and
Happy
cheer.
Craig.
It's hard to tell because there's so many of them. I guess this one time, Magic had pre-release.
What are you laughing at?
What?
I just thought of something that happened at the shop.
Yeah, what?
That guy that fell through the floor while you were
Oh
there.
my God, yeah. Somebody fell.
I
through the
can't
floor.
even believe that. That is the. That shit makes me want to hurt myself. Yeah, I'll tell that story. Where I used to work, I worked on a Main Street building in our town that was very old.
Yeah.
And to some degree, a decade ago, they couldn't put internet because everything was made out of brick, kind of old.
Yeah.
Like if they did, nothing wouldn't emit Wi-Fi. Old.
Yeah.
And you couldn't change it because the wall you would have would be attached to the wall to the left of you because you were sharing walls, like solid brick. Some had like these crazy cellars. Nothing was able to like modernize. That's all changed to some degree. But the shop I used to work at had these massive wooden planked floors that would warp over 100 years and whatever else. And we'd ran Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments on the weekend, and I was a manager at the time. So I got a call, and someone said, "Hey, somebody fell through the floor." I'm like, I'm just done.
We were about to do Icewind Dale, I think.
Yeah. You were like, I'm gonna be late.
No, you pulled into our driveway and then texted us, "I'm in your driveway, I have to leave." And then came back and told us the whole story.
Motherfucker. Cartoon fell through the floor. Something happened, and it was in the back room. Shit was old. Someone was either standing a certain way or whatever else, and the floorboard just broke, and he slipped through. That being said, we're very lucky there wasn't like a cellar or anything. He fell probably off 2 feet from standing position, and one leg went in.
Yeah.
So it was probably only like a 3x3.
When you got there, were they still on the floor?
No.
Okay, you were just help.
The way it was described to me was like, imagine missing a step and then falling down 2.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So he was standing, the wood broke. He still had his left leg above the ground.
Yeah.
But his entire leg went in. But imagine being 2 feet down.
Yeah.
So he fell like on his legs, and his legs was caught underneath. Underneath, it's not furnished. It's like hard dirt and like old rusty fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit his leg pretty rough, but he was fine. Lucky
Okay,
enough.
well, that's good.
But it was like, I was a person to call, I guess. And I called and I was like, "You good? Does anything hurt?" Even if you're not good later on, insurance, I was like, dude, like, don't worry about us. If something happens, even if it's 2 weeks later, call us, because clearly this is what happened. You just bum your knee, and I mean, this is what's going on.
It's so funny. Like, I think about that and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. But then I think about it. If I was just in a game store, and
if you're in a Walmart, you slipped into the fucking shadow realm.
Yeah. It's like, oh, my fear of the back rooms. It's happening now. Oh.
And something honestly completely avoidable.
Yeah.
Like the board was old. The board creaked.
Yeah.
Like even in the space where the board broke, there were like metal plates that they took out of the floorboards and just put a metal sheet over it.
Yeah.
So like completely avoidable bullshit. I mean, it would cost like multiple like thousands of dollars to do it, but yeah, fucking crazy. And then I couldn't get a hold of my boss because he was somewhere else that night.
Yeah.
And he called me the next morning, and I was like, "You worthless piece of shit!" Someone literally called me someone they fell through the floorboards. And this was after like years of us going, the floorboard's gonna be fixed. He's like, "Nah, I'll send some guy into it, and they'll just drill a giant lead piece of sheet metal over it." I'm like, "Good enough."
Yeah.
I was like, "This isn't gonna be permanent." He's like, "It'll work." And then some guy falls through it, and I'm like, "Well." But to dovetail into my second story, I was gonna tell. It builds loyalty, though. Anytime I get called and help someone else out, there was a pre-release. I was there at like 2 a.m. Some drunk guy came in and was covered in like wood chips. We assume that he had a date. He got super drunk.
Yeah.
Tried to get handsy with her, and she pushed him down into like a flower bed.
Yeah.
And he stumbled down Main Street into her shop.
Yeah.
At least that's what I assumed, because he like his arms were all nicked up. He was covered in wood chips. And I'm like, you either got in a spat or something happened. And he kept asking about this girl.
Just fell.
Could be too, right?
Yeah.
To some
Your
degree.
story was more fun.
Yeah.
He comes in and he's like, I was like, dude, you're drunk. We're closed. fuck off.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, all right, I'll just call down security. We'll deal with that later. And he grabbed me by like the forearm, was trying to like pull me out of the store.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm kind of a bigger dude.
Yeah.
So like, whatever. I'm not worried about this fucking drunk fool that fell in some wood chips.
Yeah.
But people were watching me do it.
Yeah.
And we had 2 people that were very tall, like basketball player, like pushing 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
They came to my aid. This other guy was huge. We had a bunch of bodybuilders that would come playing Magic that night.
I'm sorry. This guy tried to act up with you, and then the fucking squad turned up.
He was sloshed.
6 gigachads from the back
it was
came
very
to your
cool.
aid.
Yeah, there are 3 brothers called the Hamiltons, which are just giant white dudes that worked in forestry.
Yeah.
Yoked. And then we had 2, we called them the Blows. There were 2 black guys that run the local like basketball not squads
Teams.
Yeah, I guess teams, you could say. Like the local like YMCA equivalent of whatever we have. Right. And that guy grabbed me and I was like, okay, you and I are not going to be doing this right now. And I turn around and I'm like, because at that point I was like going to look at my coworker and go, hey, call downtown security, because I clearly am not going to be able to have a phone call or also not be assailed. And these guys were like, they're right behind me already. And then one of them picked him up and they all 5 walked him out, stood around him until down security came and handcuffed him and took him away. But it was like crazy. I've never felt so powerful.
Yeah.
That was
the Hamiltons came and grabbed him, and the Blows were like, "You want him to die?" And I'm like, "This is what a fixer feels like." I'd have been like, bury him in the floorboards.
Yeah. Open that right there.
Throw him down there. He's dead. Coming to my house. Day of my fucking Shadows of
I was gonna say that was your cyberpunk red ability. That was like your fellow NPCs
leadership
came to your aid.
Kill him.
Put him in the ground.
Fucking crazy.
So funny. Holy fuck.
So many fucking crazy stories. You work at a mom and pop for so long, you just find them. Nuts.
Weasley65 asks, I know it only just finished, but do you think you'll ever return to the Mojave or perhaps the Commonwealth in a future series? Also, Craig, how are you doing, man?
I'm chilling, my guy.
Me too.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good day.
Hell yeah. We probably will. I don't have plans for it right now. Normally we plan our games out a little ahead of time when you can kind of see the end of them. But right now we're just not in that. We've known that we were going to do Spelljammer and Descend after 2, and then Eberron and Strixhaven. Like we've had those planned. Yeah. But right now there's nothing because we're not seeing the end yet. So I mean, check back in like a year, and I bet you will. I'd love to. I would love to go back to Fallout, but it's weird. I have no idea what it is, what it's going to be, or what that's going to look like. It would be a lot of fun, but I have no idea. So
I was talking about this with Mia a little bit about like what games. She's like, it's weird, right? And I was like, yeah. So I think it is weird because we're so used to seeing like the 4 like games that we've always talked about being Witch, Eberron, Spell, and Baldur's. We've talked about those 4 for a long time. Now that they're all coming out soon, I don't know what's on the horizon, right?
Yeah.
But I was talking about, I was like, usually rule of thumb is when I think about that, think of what people are saying. There's an outcry for like more Fallout stuff, whatever book kind of probably going to catch on soon again. Cyberpunk's been talked about. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. It's the thing is like we normally talk about it and we always throw out ideas like this would be fun, this would be fun, this would be fun. But until it gets to a point where we're like, whoa, this is realistic, we could do it. That's when we like actually start to talk about it.
For sure.
But yeah, right now there's like nothing. Just because we have other things and other plans that we're trying to execute.
We still have 2 coming out.
Yeah. This also, we planned these 4 games when it was easy to plan an Arcane arcade game. Now there's so much that goes into it, and I love it. It's great, but now it's like if we dedicate to a game, it's a whole system that goes through now, and which is great. I love that we can really solidify with something. But so
it's a whole different like production value to it. It's very cool.
I think the only thing that we've ever even mentioned was Spencer made a character for a game that maybe I will run after Strixhaven, but I don't even know what I want to do. So, you may
8?
Yes.
I was gonna say, that
was it. But you just had a character idea. You're like, well, if you run another game after Strixhaven, I'll play this. But I don't even know if I will or what it will be or what that even looks like.
I think it's very dependent on what type of game it is.
Yeah, because I've wanted to run Strixhaven ever since that book came out. So that's the thing. I don't have any wants right now. All of the wants we're already going to do.
Yeah.
So that's it. If anything, the only want I have right now is Cyberpunk, but we already have so many plans right now that it's like it's. Spencer mentioned doing a 3-shot. I thought that would be fun, but I don't want to throw that into the middle of you doing Spelljammer right now. So
I'd eat that up.
It'd be fun.
Easy.
And then I was like, I could run it, and I was like, I couldn't. But yeah, it'd be a lot of that'd be fun. Should do that.
Yeah.
Colleen but Spooky asks, "Hello everyone. What is your favorite preferred way of taking notes in D&D as a player? I personally love using Google Docs or notebook that aesthetically is pleasing for that said character," with a smiley face. Also, Spencer, would you ever do a Red Bull tier list? I love y'all. It's Red Bull tier list. Spencer does Red Bull tier list. It's gonna be S and everything else is on D.
Yeah.
One yellow.
I'll do it right now.
Do it, please.
Yellow is at the top. And then there's the apricot one.
What? That's also S tier?
No, that one goes underneath them.
So
I'm ranking them. I'm not putting them in
a tier.
Just
putting it in a list.
Just putting it in a list.
All right, that's fine.
So yellow, because it's
Yellow,
the best. If
and
you
then
haven't tried it,
apricot's
you should
orange?
go get it. Huh?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Apricot. I don't know what. It's like that, and then something else. You got it from me like a week ago.
It's apricot and tangerine, I think.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's orange. That's all I was saying.
No, it's in a red can.
That's nectarine. Oh, is it apricot and nectarine?
I don't know what it. Let me see. I just know Craig got it from me. And it was
I know
good.
the colors.
And then I gave the rest of it to you because you knocked your coffee over, and I felt bad.
Oh, the maroon one. The red one's watermelon.
You're being a butt. Phil, what's your favorite?
Honestly,
I just looked up the word apricot.
Apricot's near me.
you both did that recently. You both just were trying to Google something and just Googled the word.
It's peach and nectarine.
Peach and nectarine.
The strawberry and apricot one is good too.
I think my favorite is honestly just the regular. I just like the normal Red Bull. And then my second is probably the sugar-free regular one. And then my third favorite is probably watermelon. Watermelon's really good because it's the candy watermelon flavor, which is the best watermelon flavor.
And then it's the watermelon one, and then the regular one, and then everything else is just either I haven't tried or is just not good.
Yellow's just okay. Yellow's all right. It's just all right.
That's whack.
I feel like if yellow...
I've never had a Red Bull.
Yeah?
Never. It's crazy. I've had Monster before, though.
Yeah.
So it's not like I've never had like energy drinks. I just haven't.
You never dabbled?
No. Funny story, though. I had my first Monster energy drink because... I don't know. Maybe it's just dating me. I don't know. When I was in Utah, they had skate parks. And there was a guy that was older... I was like probably a teenager, like a preteen at that point. We had like BMX bikes and skateboards and whatever. And we'd go down to the skate park and he'd show up and he was like sponsored by them. Like Monster?
By Monster? Huh? He was just a guy that was sponsored by them.
I mean, yeah, but he was like, I don't want to say he was an X Games like athlete, but he was like similar to that, sponsored by them. So he'd come out sometimes and he'd ride like his board and then he'd give his board away to some kid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
he'd come out and he'd give like free like samples and shit away to kids.
So
I mean, to kids. I mean, now it's. I mean, I don't know if you're giving a 13-year-old Monster energy.
Yeah.
But like that was at the time. Just what it was.
So is this guy in Peep?
No,
Peep?
Peep was California.
Yeah.
Peep was here in the valley of California. Monster Energy guy was a Mormon in Utah.
Can you
Salt Lake
imagine
City.
if Peep was in Utah?
Yeah. Ooh.
For those of you who don't know, Peep is a guy that got shit done for Craig's dad.
Yeah,
right,
I lived in the...
Peep probably killed people.
I lived in the ghetto for a long time with my parents and my grandmother.
What's his name, Peep?
And there was this... My family's lived here forever, but so when they grew up and the ghetto kind of came in, I don't say the ghetto came in, it kind of became the rundown part of town.
Right.
But all the families were still there. So they're just like their kids were just that. So my dad was super... just really in touch with all these people from different walks of life. And the house next to us would get shot up all the time. And if anyone caused a problem, my dad would go talk to this guy named Peep. And honestly, as a child, I never saw him again.
Yeah.
And then I remember a very vivid story, or a time where there was a guy that was causing issues in the neighborhood. My dad went to go tell Peep. I saw Peep talk to the guy, and then a week later, my dad asked, "Hey, Peep has a new leather jacket. You want to go buy it for $20?" And he gave me $20, and I went and bought this nice leather jacket that was definitely like pre-owned.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm not saying Peep killed somebody, and I bought their jacket, but
that's how it looks.
But when I told that story again recently as an adult, I was like
oh no, hang on. As a kid, you didn't realize that. As an adult, you were like,
that may have been really shady.
What did Peep do?
But I only know about. I don't know if I told you this, but my family home that's on the corner of that street had a car run up through the fence line and into the side of the house.
Oh my God.
And I found out through like the grapevine because Peep found that out, told my dad and asked if he was good. And my dad's like, "Oh, I don't live there anymore." And then another group came around the other way through people that live out in the boonies. So I didn't know that happened until I went to my friends out in the boonies and like, "Hey, I hope your family's okay." And I was like, "Yeah, they're fine. They're in San Diego." Like someone drove through their house, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh no, we don't live there anymore." But that's cool that you guys know that.
Peep's a real one. Peep's kind of real. Peep's fucking a legend. Yeah. God damn.
Peep's on the fucking like Facebook neighborhood app going, "I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna kill you."
What was the first part of that question from Colleen?
Oh yeah. Oops. What is your favorite / preferred way of taking notes in D&D as a player?
Oh, a notebook.
Tina Beyond. Yeah? Something that categorizes it for me, because if not, the notes I take are garbage.
I do this thing where I will get like preferably like a leather bound like notebook from like Target. There's like a specific brand that I can't think of. They're kind of expensive, but I like the way they have like a little pocket in the back, and then
you only get, they're expensive, but you have all of them still.
Yeah,
you get your fucking money out of it. Oh my God.
And then
I was just for fun flipping through your RE one because your RE one is all 4 games, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so cool." 3 actually. But
and then
it was so cool.
I'll write like important NPCs and stuff like on the very front.
I saw you doing that recently. I was like, "That's a really good idea."
Like with Stick, I have like, I don't want to call them tenants, but kind of like tenants.
Yeah.
And then like quotes and stuff, and then on the back, the very like back page, I'll write important stuff too. So if it's something important, it goes there, and
Makes
then
sense.
I'll like just go day by day in the.
That's so fucking clever.
Yeah, and then with like Ari, I have all of those, and then specifically with my Kazira notebook, I'm also going to put all of Caius in that notebook so that it's all together.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
I have smart friend privilege. I don't take notes.
He doesn't take notes.
Really though,
I have tried so many times to take notes.
I'm the DM. I can just go history check because I don't fucking know what happened last game.
My DM notes are really, really scattered. The most organized my DM notes are right now are Strixhaven. I write them in every episode, which I've never done before. It's like episode 12, episode 13, and then I have a plan for everything. So and I write that out in months because that's every session. Yeah. So I have every session planned out a little bit ahead of time, or at least like a sentence, because I know what it's going to be. Because this is the most planned I've ever done a session, a campaign at Strixhaven. And then I go in. Fallout was one document that I would just add to.
Yeah.
And then I had notes on the last page that I had controlled entered, so it'd always be the last page, where that was like what I wanted kind of like ending points to be. Yeah. But I would just add, and it's a 33-page document. I don't think I want to share it. I know people are going to want it, but it is kind of cringe. That's how notes are. As fuck. So I did used to make a video series that was reading my old cringy notes. So maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
But like with it, so that I can control it at least and be like, we don't need to see this.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, the most notes I've ever taken as a character though was Terra. I did take notes as Terra, and they did help, and I liked writing them on my character sheet. I definitely take the Mia method and just write them fucking wherever. Yeah. But she is so much more chaotic than me. She has important Stella notes on her Dread character sheet, important Dread notes on her Stella Strixhaven schedule chart, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? She just has a pile of shit.
The game that we ran, our Tomb game, that's the length of your Asunder game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You should see her character sheet for that.
It's just all over.
There's not a blank space because you started writing notes, so the page would turn.
Yeah.
Every little space in between, the back would be. It was crazy.
But I do kind of understand that if I kept it on one character. My thing is that I have to keep it on the character sheet. Like I can't switch characters. No.
She had stuff written on a napkin the other day.
Yeah.
That's the
I know you do that as well.
That's definitely my fault.
Yeah.
I said it for a long time. that the most important Cyberpunk notes I ever took were on a coffee filter.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome.
The entire timeline and lore of my game was on a coffee filter.
Yeah.
Gotta frame it.
Yeah. Or no, go ahead.
I would write important information on D to be on during Avnia, but I mean, I'd never really used it that much. But the pre-writtens, it's so important because stuff comes back around a lot more than the homebrew games. So Terra, I did write down the name of all of those fucking bullywugs, but then we got to a point where I was like, I don't need to write down a bunch of these people's names because I feel like they're only going to be here for like a game or two. Yeah. But I have Gulp the fucking 13th on my character sheet, and
good.
I did like writing notes for that game. It was fun. Two face masks asks to Craig, Sponky, and Jacob. It is spelled Creg. And then a Sponky, and then my name has a K in the middle of it, and it's Jacob. Craig, Sponky, and Jacob. Jacob.
You good?
No, I just I just rebooted.
that's a fucking super agent code.
Yeah,
you have to read those 3 things in order. Now he's gonna kill us.
I don't know what happened there.
John Lennon.
No, it's just the thing my brain does where if I think about why I did something, I get caught in a loop and I'm like, I have to escape. And then everybody's like, are you good? I'm like, no, I didn't realize I was silent for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I just had to get myself out of something.
System rebooting.
Yeah. We always talk about adding stuff to D&D, but instead, what are some mechanics from D&D that you really like and would want to add to other games? Probably the whole rogue class into Pathfinder 2e, I think. Yeah, I think just all of rogue. Just put that bitch in there.
I don't like that moving is an action in Pathfinder, but I see why it makes sense.
Okay. Why, and you can participate in this as well, Craig. Mm-hmm. Why do you not like it in Pathfinder, but you do like it in Fallout?
I don't like it in Fallout.
God damn it! God damn it!
There it is.
It goes over better in Fallout, I feel, though. You've never complained about it in Fallout, but you have in Pathfinder.
I think it is necessary in Fallout. Because if I can just move, and I have a movement speed, I can shoot like 5 times. And that's too much.
Wait, what do you mean? In Fallout, it's too much?
No, I think it's necessary in Fallout.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because... like if I can just move wherever I want, especially Swiss would be unstoppable if it didn't cost to move.
Yeah. That makes sense. But in why is it frustrating in Pathfinder? Is it the point difference? Is it just that you're getting 3 versus like maybe 10 to 15?
Yeah, and you're also slower in Pathfinder.
You are pretty slow in Pathfinder. Yeah. You cannot move very much in Pathfinder. You get 25 feet starting out, and you only get 3 actions, and one of those actions can be 25 feet.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
It is like the same. It's just kind of weird that they included that to be like, okay, well, one of your actions is movement, and then you have 2 other actions. I don't know. I
will say, in regards for Fallout, you kind of get to mold it the best you want. Because what if you only want to go 10 feet? Mm-hmm. You still have to use an action. Mm-hmm. Where in Fallout, you actually have to use 2 of your AP, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, that makes sense.
In Pathfinder, there's also step. But step's only 5 feet. So if you wanted to move 10 feet, you're like, I don't know.
All step does is it's a 5-foot movement that doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do a 5-foot step and then you can do a movement.
Yeah.
It's very weird. But yeah, I just kind of, I don't know. I like the 3 action system with Pathfinder. I think I do like it. I am enjoying it more than I like bonus action movement. It is easier to manage. I think my issue, it doesn't have to do with the 3 action system. My issue has to do with Pathfinder 2e specifically is weird, like, attachment. Grain of salt. I'm only 5 games into Pathfinder 2e. And one of those games, we barely even used rules. So I've played it 4 times maximum. Weird attachment to, like hard rules. Like, I want to do this. Oh, no, there's an action for that already, actually. And you have to do it like this instead. Mm-hmm. Jumping is fucking hard to figure out in Pathfinder 2e. And it doesn't need to be that weird. It is so complicated, and I don't know why. Mm-hmm. And there is this weird... I was telling Jack, and I was telling everybody, I was like, I feel like Pathfinder 2e was written by... Like, it's not, Paizo, you guys are great, whatever. I'm not, this is just my experience with it. 5 fucking games in. But, like, it feels like it's written by people by DMs who played Pathfinder First Edition and were like, my players are really strong and like to power game. The new system is a response to that. It is, we're going to depower you a lot so that you have to think about the game differently. Because me not having that experience, I'm going in going, why is this so like bad? And the reason is because it feels like the game expects me to think about this in a power building aspect, but I'm not. Yeah. So I just suck. And it's like, what? Huh? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Anyways, sorry.
No, you're just talking a little loud.
Yeah. I was just escalating there, but yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's just because we're lower levels, but I think the class feats for Sorcerer just aren't good. Yeah.
My counterpoint to that is just that your spells are so good. Like, your spells are just awesome. Yeah. But it does suck to level up and not get something cool. Yeah. Just don't like it. I don't like leveling up and not getting something cool. I want to level up and fucking get something cool.
Yeah, I think it's there's a lot of options, but I don't know. I just don't really vibe with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a lot of options, especially now that I've changed to Magus, where there's just so many things I can do now. It's just weird to me. There's just this weird, like, I feel like I'm thinking about the game wrong, and that just might be my fault. So who knows? But
I don't know if I have anything for D&D that I'd move over. I'm kind of happy with what's at and most of the stuff I interact with.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would want like whatever 5e has for like Cyberpunk Rec Red. But to say that, I think the point and the I don't know what it's called. What do you call the Fallout like action?
Action point?
Yeah, the AP system.
Yeah.
It's just called action points.
Yeah.
I think that would fit perfectly in Red. I think Red struggles in a lot of weird aspects, and I think that's probably one of them.
Interesting.
Is it does the way in which shooting and actions are dealt with and movement is handled. It's very strange. And I think if we converted it to an action points, it'd probably be way more fluid.
Yeah. Yeah.
The game just fundamentally works a little better too with it. But that's probably what I'd say.
Can everybody listening to this, if you're on Spotify, just go over to YouTube, I guess. Can you guys let me know if there are other systems out there that use action points? Because I don't know them, and they're kind of hard to find. But if I really want to know, because I want to research them, and I want to look them up and see like what other systems are doing.
Has to be. Nowhere
there's no way there isn't. But like, I just want to know. If you guys know any off the top of your head, just put them in the comments. I would really appreciate that.
No.
Anyways, I didn't even answer the question. I just yelled about Pathfinder. I like Pathfinder 2e. It's great. There's things that grind my gears. I wish from D&D, I would put Advantage. Holy fuck. I love Advantage.
Yeah.
Put that in fucking Pathfinder 2.
I do move that around.
Christ, it's Arena Commons now. Anybody can have Advantage. Yeah. The Advantage system is not copyrighted. Take that shit and put it in your systems. That is one of the greatest RPG systems to ever have been developed. I think the Advantage system is one of the core reasons why 5e is even good and why people like it and why it works and why we even are D&D here today. That system is amazing. Anyways, sorry.
I tend to agree. I wish Cyberpunk would have chips and like programs for like netrunners, like we have spells for wizards.
It's weird that it doesn't work like that.
No, there are, but we don't have like a huge robust list. It's probably because we don't have that many like. Well, the game's been around for a long time, but like, there's just probably not a lot converted into Red. But I wish a netrunner had a lot of programs, like we have.
Are there more programs in the video game?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There are way more programs in the base game than.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of them because they're tiered.
Got it.
But no, I think there's like 12. But I think the Netrunner has more than that.
Okay. And then we're gonna get into like our last questions here, but thank you. I don't want to turn on notifications.
I mean, you pressed the button, my guy.
I couldn't not get out of it.
You had the button right below the button you pressed.
Shut up.
I
watched me yesterday.
I watched you make a mistake.
I was on TikTok yesterday and I was trying to fix something and I didn't do it right. And you watched me just fucking boomer my way through TikTok and you're like, go back. And I'm like, I can't do this. Stop looking at me. And it's not even like I don't even want your help. I was just like, I can't believe that I was bad at a tech thing.
Yeah, it felt really good.
Oh God. I'll never live that down.
No.
Unknown Kobold asks, third play of Baldur's Gate 3. I will not Stealth Archer again. Act 2, Stealth Archer. What's your favorite build? I didn't even know you could Stealth Archer. Astarion's my Stealth Archer. My favorite build in Baldur's Gate 3?
Heavy armor. Heavy armor, sword and board.
Hell yeah.
Bonk everyone in the fucking head.
Honestly, Barbarian. Giddy Up Gale is fucking nuts. He's kind of becoming an icon. Oh, we did that today. We record podcasts on Mondays, so that was today, and it was just I get Potion of Speed. It's a fight with the Gith and Vlaakith. He took out fucking 4 of them in one turn.
Wow.
Like Narf didn't do shit. Narf does more damage than Gale. Gale just reckless attack is crazy.
Advantages.
Does less or
Yeah.
more? Does less damage?
Narf should be doing more damage than Gale. Narf's fists can do 15 to 20 damage on each hit. And she can do like 4. He's only getting 2. And he's still like 20, 30. It's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah. Because when you rage, you get the extra damage. And then his Wild Magic Surge does stuff. And he just, like, if he crits, it's
over.
Yeah. Reckless attack makes that crit happen. He's wearing that fucking G-string. And he's got a 17 AC.
He looks great.
Good for him. Good for him.
Somebody today sent me on Discord. They wrote a song, wrote a song for Giddy Up Gale and sang it, and it is amazing.
That is so cool.
It is so good. I wanna show you a little bit of it afterwards because I won't play it here, but it's so good, and I want to add like instruments to it because it's just vocals. But I was like, oh my god, it was a whole thing. It was they had to go into the Discord and at me, and it was it was really cool. I loved it so much. Oh my gosh. All right, last question. I'll find a good one. We don't have to answer this one. I just want to read it. Seth Tech asks, how do you cure the stanky leg condition? Biggest Hoos asked how our day is going.
Good.
Spencer, what's your favorite Mitski song?
I don't know.
That was from Timeless. Bitch King of Slangmar asks, how many cybers could a cyberpunk punk, and if a cyberpunk could cyberpunks?
20. Or 77. I'll take either.
Yeah.
Lego Builder 899 asked a question that we're going to ask as our last one, though. Tying back to the Fallout finale, how would you want to spend your 13 minutes? You're in the vault, and you're getting loot.
Shitting.
You're 13. Shitting with Beth Bezos?
Poop.
Yeah.
Poop? You just want to relive the same poop 13 every time, all the time?
Or having the same meal. I'll be like, you got a good meal you just pulled out. You're like, fuck. Finally, I get to eat.
Sit down to eat, and then it resets.
Yeah, sit down, watch my favorite YouTube video.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
13 minutes of that?
YouTube.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
And
all
it's
right.
new every time.
Yeah, it's new. Fresh video every time.
If you guys go into a random house in Vault Zero, in there is the 3 of us sitting around a counter, each watching a different YouTube video while we're all eating.
Yeah.
I want to watch that clip of Trixie and Katya where they're like in
Girl, that's soap.
Girl, that's soap.
Yeah. They're
She's like,
there's like these candies or whatever that are out, and
they look like macaroons.
Yeah, and Katya eats one, and she's like, "Oh,
this doesn't taste good.
This doesn't taste good." And Tracy goes, "Girl, that's soap," and that killed you. And she was like, "Oh."
That's terrible.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So probably just the build up to that.
Yeah.
That bit, and then a pretty good laugh, and then reset.
Yeah.
God, just living in bliss.
Yeah, forever.
That really is a ship in a bottle. Just fucking leave me there.
Yeah.